Thank you very much. My first question goes to Wisdom Asingwiri. You mentioned the loan scheme in your mandate and your manifesto. So I would like for you to elaborate how exactly you want to help the students that are not able to complete their tuition, considering that this is a government university that already has loan scheme and government sponsorship in line.
The government delays to pay that money back. So that means when I go into power, I'll have to serve Kabale University, as in I'll have to make sure that at least we work with the administration and write to the government when it is still early.
The next question goes to Jethro Nambaje. Jethro, you came on strong on accountability and transparency. I would like you to elaborate. If you come in as the bill president, you're entitled to a budget and you have a resource fund. How exactly will you be accountable and transparent to the student body?
And the question of accountability and transparency, I will be, as I have been saying, that the student body, their voice matters, so I will make sure, I will try to make sure that the good communication with the student body such that I can be accountable. So that's how I can answer the question.
The question goes to Andrew Thompson. You were very, very extensive on elaborating the idea of Wi-Fi extension. And you said as long as landlords can allow. My question is, what type of Wi-Fi and which company provides Wi-Fi here, and how do you intend to collaborate with that specific company to extend that Wi-Fi? What mandate do you have to extend that Wi-Fi?
To make it so clear, I said I work with the university management to extend internet router into the nearby hostels for students to be able to have access to online lectures. Thank you very much.
Goes to Jonathan Ray. Jonathan, I am reliably informed that you have been a speaker in the current regime. So in regards to what you were promising to deliver on, since you were a leader already, what did you fail to do? What made you fail to deliver on that? And how you plan to deliver on that?
Yes, gallant students of Kabale University, about that issue, personally I was able to push for Wi-Fi in hostels, of which I failed to gallant students, attention please. I was able to push for Wi-Fi in hostels, in which the management regulated us to only hostels with about 40 students. So I'm planning to work with agencies that are responsible for the Wi-Fi to make sure that this Wi-Fi reaches in each and every hostel, even a hostel with 5 students. Another activity that I was able to push for, policies. These policies, which policies include a policy of missing marks. I was able to collide with the university administration about the missing marks. I pushed for the missing marks and we were able to achieve it. We were able to achieve some of the graduates of the joint intake who graduated. That was all my works. But on that note, the young students are here to still have the issue with missing marks. So when I still want to go back as state president, I'm very sure if I'm able to sit on the university management and committee, I will be able to set policies in a straight manner that will reach students and will have the issue of missing marks.
This question will go to Edwin Okamawenka.
Okay, let's have silence, please.
In your manifesto, the font is around girl child empowerment.
what is the position for the other boys? Don't you think there is capacity for reverse discrimination where boys feel sidelined? How do you engage both parties and create a balance?
As we all know that we are a mixed university, we have boy and girl child in this university. And for the past 5 years, we have had men in leadership. And I feel that I, as a lady, can also stand to represent my fellow ladies, that we may also have a feeling that we are at the university and we can take lead in a university like this and have ideas that can push our university forward. So I was very much on the ground child because I feel that we can empower girls also to know that they are part of the university and in education at large.
The final phase of this session in regards to the manifestos, this question will go to Timothy Mugarura. It is in your constitutional mandate to question loopholes that exist within the constitution. You've existed as a student in this university for now 2 years. You say that the constitution harbors mafias. Who are the mafias? Why haven't you been able to attack these mafias?
I will answer the question by saying this. The mafias exist in our university and there is a guild amongst us, but we have failed to exclude them because of the following. I'll begin by the idea of me serving the previous government as the General Secretary of Medicine and working under the guild speaker as my boss and the guild cabinet as my overseers. I will say that as the GRC, the 98th Guild Government GRC, I was in the Guild Constitutional Committee headed by Honorable Kenneth. I personally led the constitutional review under this committee and we had a meeting to have a constitutional amended. We had to write minutes and up to now we have made research and found that the minutes we wrote have never reached the students' committee of the University Council. And they can never be effected because they didn't reach there. That's why they couldn't be implemented because they were happening from which where they're supposed to reach. So I couldn't implement them as a GRC, yet I cannot take them where they're supposed to go. The GRC does not sit on the University Council, so the group person who's there and don't sit on the students' committee of the University Council, so they don't represent us and take them there. So when I become president, I'll take them there and they will be effected. So thank you so much.
Going to be in regard to the constitution and policy instruments of the university. So my first question was to Buhunjo. What is the university's policy on security?
Number one, we are aware that we have an element of inclusion and whereby every student has to respect the fellow students, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're engaged. And then we, as a university, we also emphasize that we take equal genders in respect wherever, whichever tribe that we come from. Thank you very much.
My next question goes to Ray. In terms of policy, what challenges did you face as a former leader, and what are you going to do different to have your policies implemented?
I would like to inform the entire Kabale University fraternity that the policy that I failed was apparently during my term of service as guild speaker. We were able to review the guild constitution. We worked on all policies, and apparently it is under review by the university management. Thank you so much.
My question will go to Wisdom Asimbuye, and my question is simple. As a guild president, you definitely sit on the university top management and you're supposed to implement policies. Could you take us through the process of policy formulation and implementation?
First of all, we have to receive the issues from the students. They go to the guild council. We first resolve them. Again, we forward them to the main administration. Then afterwards, we do implement. Thank you so much.
My next question goes to Jethro. As a guild president, you definitely have said you want to ensure quality service for the institution. My question is simple. Who is the Senior Quality Assurance Officer of Kabale University?
For the question, and me, I'm not a liar, I don't want to lie, I don't know that person.
Okay. So this question will go to Timothy Mugarura, and it's about constitutional violations. So your assistant in this guild campaign directly campaigns past the campaigning time, which is 7 p.m. You have a conflicting loyalty as a political candidate, and you have to report this issue to the administration because they violate the rules. What would you do in that position?
As a guild council, we have a guild tribunal, and we represent students. I don't see any sense of going to the university administration before you pass through the judicial means of the guild council. The guild tribunal has 5 members from whom themselves they choose the chairperson, and they run the different cases the candidates have done and students have done. So before I consider them being taken the dean of students or the other managers of the university, I have first take that step. But also, they say that the constitution says ignorance of the law is not defense, but that is not in the hard stone. Always there is room for advising someone, and they have to improve. And I believe that we all listen. Once I advise it, we can always listen. That candidate has made a mistake and campaign first time, and advise it. And I believe, if not arrogance, in their minds they can always listen. Thank you so much.
We'll go to Edwin Mukamawenka, and this is in regards to the amendment of the Constitution. So within your Constitution, you're required with a CGPA of 2.8 in order to be able to run for politics. And women, who are your biggest mandate within your manifesto, might suffer these same conditions where they fail to meet the requirement. Do you think academic requirements should be the only path to get credible leaders? And lastly, on nomination fees, do you think there is an importance for us to scrap up these nomination fees? And if we do so, where do we get the alternative funding?
Thank you for that very good question. It does not mean that when a student fails in class is a fool. We are always having different talents. You may fail in class, but you're good in leadership. And you may have ideas that can put the university to the best. But then, I wouldn't love it that the maximum of that 2.8 CGPA can be removed. It should not, because we do not need leaders who are failures in class. And as for the nomination fee, it should be given, because the Electoral Commission always needs funds to fund it, to help in organizing all the electoral activities. Thank you very much.
Is open cross-examination. It means that each one of us will choose a candidate, a fellow candidate of their choice, and ask a question. That question should be limited to 30 seconds. The answer should be limited to 1 minute.
My question will go to my brother Thompson. My question is, how will you make sure that you do combine this Kabale University and make it as one? Thank you so much.
Meaning that we are together as one. So there is no need for me to revise it. As long as we have access to facilities as one student body, as long as we respect the university constitution, as long as we respect the students' manual, as long as we study from the same lecture room, as long as we come from the same Lord, it means we are the same community.
Thank you, Moderator. My question goes to Mr. Reid, and this question goes, he has talked about the expansion of internet connection in different hostels, and me, myself, I don't know which hostels he has expanded when he was in the office.
I will expand the Wi-Fi with a company called Research and Education Network.
goes to Honorable Timo. As we are seated on this platform, you're the longest serving student leader at Kabale University. When I was in my first semester, we had a challenge of seats and lacking enough study facilities. You as a person who has been sitting on the Senate of the university, what have you done to solve that challenge? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bat Mojo, for the question. Here is your answer to request for. Number one, as a big budget, we don't have capacity to buy seats for the university. That's number one. Number two, I was still on the University Senate, and in my regime, you realize that the number of seats in the university increased under my government. Number three, the engineering faculty had for a long complaint, them saying that we don't have drawing bodies and enough seats for their drawing things. In our good council and my position in the Senate, we passed and we agreed with the engineering faculty, dean of the faculty, to go and have their students trained and begin themselves to make those seats and those tables, which will be provided for their campus at the engineering faculty and the whole campus at large. So very soon, I believe once the faculty gets money as a cost center, they can begin purchasing the materials and they will begin making the seats. Besides giving students a skill and them themselves making the seats. Thank you so much.
My question is to the lady seated left next to me, the lady Edwini. Edwini, are you the NRM flag bearer?
Thank you very much, my brother Rich. We are in a university that does not have parties. So I don't belong to the party as long as the part of this university, I don't have a party because we don't have parties in this university. I also have a question to you, my brother Reid. Do you believe in leadership of women? And then tell me 3 top officials, the seats of women that you know in the nation.
I believe in female empowerment, I believe in female engagement, and I believe in gender balance. First and foremost, I recognize our Vice Lady, Janet Katahan-Seven. In addition to that, I recognize our Vice Chancellor, Professor James Besega. In addition to that, I recognize our beloved Right Honorable Anita. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My question goes to His Excellency Kabale Jonathan Reid. I believe the question. You have been a good speaker in the 8th good government. And you have been the head of the Good Council. Number one, you have failed to control the Good Council, which you are leading. And out of 20 jealousies, 16 jealousies joined the opposition, which I was leading. How will you lead the University of 8,000 students?
I believe in integrity. I do believe in integrity. As a good speaker, not that you're supposed to have the people you govern on your side. Because they try to use you as a puppet and you default them and follow the university constitution, we decide to oppose you. So, me making sure that the good constitution is respected, all policies are respected, does not guarantee that I fail to lead. No, it's because I follow rules and regulations. Thank you so much.